Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn and Earn. So, if you are starting your career in human resource or planning to become an HR recruiter, one of the first term you will hear is biodata. In this video, we will try to understand what exactly is the biodata, why biodata is important, what information does biodata consist of, and how does HR professional use it during the hiring process. So let's start our video. Kindly like, comment and share and subscribe my channel for more valuable videos. So basically, the biodata is the short form of biographical data, which means important information about someone. Biodata is collection of candidate personal, educational and professional information. So here we understand biodata is candidate's profile or summary that helps HR to understand which candidate we need to move ahead into the recruitment process. In biodata, candidate provide all the basic details needed to verify identity, evaluate the education qualification, and determine whether the person meets the job requirement or not. Now let's try to understand when biodata is usually collected. The first part is during the job application. So into these job applications, the first time a candidate biodata is collected in is when candidate apply for the open role within the organization. Here candidate may apply through the company's career website, job portals, email or the employee referrals. During this stage, the candidate usually upload a resume or fill out an online application form. This is the initial set of information that HR receives to create the candidate profile in the recruitment system. Now let's try to understand during the HR screening call. So in this, biodata is not collected only during the application stage. It is also verified, updated during the HR screening call. The main purpose of the screening call is not just to introduce about the company or to discuss the open role with the candidate. It is also the opportunity for the recruiter to confirm that the candidate's information is accurate or up to date. Now let's try to understand through an application form. So many organizations do not really comply on the resume. Instead of it is ask candidates to complete a standard application form. The purpose of the form is to collect consistent information from every applicant, making it easier for HR to complete or compare candidates fairly. Now let's discuss next point, that is during the onboard process. So collecting the biodata during onboard process, in this HR collects additional personal and employment information to create the employee's official record. This may includes like asking for government issued identification document, bank account details, candidate photograph and the contact person details in case of emergencies. Now let's understand why biodata came into the picture of recruitment process, why it is important. So there are the several reasons. Let's understand few. So that is candidates identification. It helps the HR to identify the candidates correctly using personal details. Then the eligibility check. Biodata also help HR, or we can say HR can quickly verify whether the candidate meets the minimum educational experience requirement for the open role. Then the interview planning. The interviewer gets a quick overview of the candidate details before starting the interviews. Then the recruitment records. Company maintain candidates biodata, recruitment documents for future references also. And in the last, background verification. So many details collected in the biodata are verified during the or after completing the hiring process. Now let's understand what does candidates biodata include or consist of. First is personal information. So basically into this personal information it includes detail like candidate's full name, mobile number, email address, current and permanent address, date of birth, nationality, gender and the other details. Now the education qualification. So basically this education qualification consists of 10th and 12th standard details, diploma if applicable, graduation, post-graduation details, certifications if some technical role or some candidate completed, etc. Then the work experience. So this work experience includes the current company, previous company details including the job title, total experience, relevant experience, employment tenure and the key responsibility performed by the candidate. Then the technical skills. If some candidate applied for the technical roles, definitely he must have some technical skills also, like any programming language or any other. So it will becomes under technical skills. So now try to understand next part, that is salary details. So it includes, or here the recruiter collects the details like current salary, expected salary, variable pay, bonuses, benefit and other part which the employees or the candidates are getting in the previous organization. The notice period is the section answer the questions like is the candidate immediate joiner, what is the official notice period, what is the length of notice period, last working day if any, and the most important, when the candidate is available to join if he or she get selected. Now let's understand the last part, that biodata includes is additional information. So in this part the HR may also ask for few more details like reason for leaving the previous job, shift flexibilities, work authorization if applicable, if it is on-site opportunity, if the candidate is comfortable for travel, that is travel flexibilities and any other offer he or she is holding. Now let's try to understand about biodata versus resume CV. So many beginners into the field of HR confuses these three terms or three documents, that is biodata, resume, CV. So let's understand their difference quickly. One is biodata. So biodata is basically contains personal, education and professional information. The main purpose of biodata is to collect the candidate standard details at various stages of recruitment process. Now the resume. So resume highlights skills, achievement, work experience, relevant experience to the particular open role within the organization. The main purpose of resume is to convince the employer to shortlist the candidate resume. In the last, let's discuss CV. So it is the detailed discussion or detailed document covering the education, research, publication, certification and the work history and rewards done by the candidate. So the main purpose is commonly used for academic and research field kind of organization. So now let's try to understand common mistakes that generally HR makes into the biodata. First is if they are not verifying the candidate's contact details. Second, forgetting to ask about the notice period. Third, recording incorrect salary information of the candidate. Fourth, missing the employment gap and their region. Sixth is ignoring the relevant years of experience. So because relevant experience and total experience, both the things are different. Next, not confirming the location preference, like what is the native location of candidate, what is the current location or the job location, and what are the preferred location that candidate is looking for new opportunity. Next, failing to update candidate record. Writing down or noting down the details of candidate will not help. It must be updated into the organization or system too. In the last, avoiding this mistake helps keep recruitment organization and accurate. Now, there are the common mistakes that candidates should avoid while making their biodatas. First, incorrect personal information, providing the false information, using an unprofessional email IDs, not updating the experience, grammar and spelling mistakes, inconsistent date, incorrect employment details within the biodata, mentioning skills that candidate have never worked, wrong salary informations, incorrect notice period, missing important informations from the biodata, using a unprofessional photo if asked into the biodata, poor formatting and ignoring the recruiter call and emails. In above discussed pointers, if the candidate is avoiding or missing any of the part, then there is high possibility the candidature of candidate may get rejected. So this is the sample screenshot of that biodata I tried to share so that all my viewers will get an idea what exactly the biodata consists of. Here, let's end this video. If you find this video helpful, please like, share, comment and subscribe to this channel for more video. If you have some questions about any topic, please leave them in the comment section and I will happy to cover them in future videos too. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.